Good stuff. Okay, we did a lot of really good things.
From the jump, she controlled the pace, made the right reads, and kept the defense guessing, whether it was pulling up from deep, slicing through the lane, or dropping dimes in transition. She was the engine of everything the Fever were doing.
Well, it is a final against the Chicago Sky, and it was the worst nightmare that the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese could have possibly imagined.
Maybe Dave Portnoy should send Caitlin a nice bottle of her favorite wine or something, because when she grabbed that final rebound to lock in the triple-double, he cashed out for $350,000. Dave Portnoy won $350,000. He placed a $25,000 bet on a Caitlin Clark triple-double right before tip-off, and he won $350,000. And then you had LeBron James post on X to congratulate Caitlin Clark on her triple-double. He said, "Triple dub, CC. Great way to kick off the season." Now look, I know Dave Portnoy and LeBron don't have anything to do with the actual game, but they're both examples of the kind of media attention Caitlin draws. They're two of the most prominent voices in sports social media, and in today's attention economy, Caitlin's already winning the game just by showing up and performing. Anyway, speaking of performance on the court, we saw a new side of Caitlin Clark in this game. She totally flipped the script, and it's all anyone could talk about.
So as you guys can see here, he stated there is a line for Caitlin Clark merch around the corner at 9 a.m., an hour before the team store opens. 6 hours before tip-off, there has never been anybody like CC. My goodness.
The foul is still going after Caitlin Clark. In the aftermath, everyone in the arena had to know this foul was coming. As soon as you saw Angel Reese wide open, you knew that Caitlin Clark was going to come in and take that foul. Caitlin Clark fouled Angel Reese hard. Angel's arms flew up in the air, she hit the floor, and then popped up like she wanted a piece of Caitlin. It was tense, it was dramatic, and it lit up social media instantly. But here's the thing, fans and analysts were quick to point out that while it was definitely a hard foul, Angel was clearly embellishing. Flailing arms, exaggerated fall, it had flop energy written all over it. And people saw right through.
Weirdly have been fighting growth. Stop fighting the truth. Get out of your own way. It is a bad look. She is a fascinating player, and it must be exhausting, hating new cool things.
And I've got more reaction in a minute. X was absolutely losing it. But first, this moment was interesting for two reasons. First, remember how I mentioned Aaliyah Boston showing more toughness this season? She stepped in immediately, got between Caitlin and Angel, and honestly, she may have prevented a shove, or worse, from going down. That's leadership. That's presence. And that's exactly what was missing last season. And I have to add this for fun. Aaliyah's reaction after the game, when she found out she got a technical foul during that sequence, immediately went viral.
Quarters under 20, holding the team under 20. Yeah, Fever Girl! Yeah! Fever Girl! Yeah! Steph said it. We were relentless. We played through possessions, but that physicality and that relentlessness, possession after possession, wears on a team. Yeah. And then that was the entire game. They were feeling us every cut. We were talking, we were communicating, we were flying around, deflections.
Second, it showed a different side of Caitlin than people maybe expected, but one that fans are very excited about. Because here's the thing, look at what happened right before that foul. Rebecca Allen, too strong on a three. Angel Reese had just pushed a Fever player seconds earlier. Caitlin saw it, waved for a foul, and, surprise, got nothing from the refs. Then, as a result of that shove, Angel ended up wide open with the ball. And Caitlin? She didn't hesitate. She closed the gap and delivered a hard foul. While a basketball play, some might even say it was payback. It showed that Caitlin Clark isn't just here to play. She's here to fight back.
Wants more of that from her, catching around that 15-foot area. Clark connects! The first logo bomb of the season from Caitlin Clark.
All the talk after last season was that Caitlin Clark was getting pushed around. Everyone agreed she needed more team support, more toughness, more enforcers around her. Fans looked to players like Sophie Cunningham.
Caitlin Clark's stat line, let me just read it to you. She came away with 20 points, 4 blocks, that's a career high for her, 2 steals, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds. Like, who are you, Caitlin Clark?
Even DeWanna Bonner, because of their size edge and zero hesitation to mix things up when needed. But at the end of the day, Caitlin would still have to handle herself. And we knew
Dave Portnoy won $350,000. He placed a $25,000 bet on a Caitlin Clark triple-double right before tip-off, and he won $350,000.
She'd been training all off-season. Her regimen was relentless. Early mornings, weight work, strength training. She wasn't just adding skill, she was adding muscle. And this game? This was the first real glimpse of the new Caitlin Clark. Stronger, bolder, sharper. And in a twist nobody saw coming, she pulled the Uno reverse. She didn't need an enforcer. She became one.
Is still going after Caitlin Clark in the aftermath.
Everyone in the arena had to know this foul was coming. As soon as you saw Angel Reese wide open, you knew that Caitlin Clark was going to come in and take that foul.
Like I mentioned, fans immediately took to X to react to the whole thing. And a lot of the comments were ripping on Angel Reese for her over-the-top reaction to the foul.
Look at that, folks. That is a blowout, a drubbing, a smashing. I mean, it is absolutely insane.
And then you have RG3 going even harder. He posted, after watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either, hate. Now it's funny, because after all the drama, both Caitlin and Angel ended up calling the foul in a similar way in their post-game press conferences.
It's nothing. Like, it is a basketball play, and an Angel goes flying. Angel gets hit, in fairness, and she just flies. And then jumps up and tries to go at her. She tries to charge her down while Caitlin walks away.
Even if one of them seemed a little more excited to say it. Here's what Caitlin had to say. Now, she's saying the right thing here, but you've got to think there was a little extra motivation after what Angel did to Aaliyah. Either way, it was a hard foul, a basketball play, and a clear message. As for Angel, she said a lot less, but she kind of said the same thing. Just a basketball play. And then, of course, her now patented next question style response.
I got the tech? I didn't know that. Oh, first of all,
No! I know.
Let's not make it anything that it's not. It was just a good play on the basketball. I'm not sure what the refs saw to upgrade it, and that's up to their discretion after watching the initial whatever happened during.
I mean, let's be real. Angel's team just took an absolute beatdown from the very player she's constantly compared to. She didn't have a bad game. It was trademark Reese, a solid double-double with a ton of rebounds. But right or wrong, she's being compared, and she knows it. She knows her team only upgrades arenas when Caitlin comes to town. She knows this is just game 1, and she's got to face her 4 more times this season. You've got to think some of that frustration was showing through in her response to Caitlin's foul.
Looked like Angel Reese might have pushed or shoved Aaliyah Boston, but I'm telling you right now, Caitlin Clark ain't playing no games, dog. Caitlin Clark been in that weight room. She want all the smoke.
Is it hate? Or just anger in the heat of the moment? Let me know in the comments. This game showed exactly what the Fever are capable of. They're not just good. They're going to be an incredibly hard team to play against. And of course, fans absolutely loved it. It had everything: scoring, defense, records, and of course, fireworks.
Is still going after Caitlin Clark in the aftermath.
Everyone in the arena had to know this foul was coming. As soon as you saw Angel Reese wide open, you knew that Caitlin Clark was going to come in and take that foul.
It was exactly what the WNBA needs. Entertainment. The other players don't like to admit it, and they still can't really wrap their heads around it, but Caitlin brings the flair and the excitement. That's why there are tens of millions of new fans. And with all eyes on Caitlin, what will likely go down as a record-breaking opening.
Angel Reese may be the most petty, insufferable athlete in sports right now. Her jealousy for Caitlin Clark has made her act a fool on and off the court. Wow. For the love of God, can we now 100% collectively agree Caitlin Clark is leaps and bounds better than Angel Reese? this will be the last time their names can ever be associated with each other. Of course it won't be. It won't be, because the media can't lose it.
Night gave fans a glimpse of a team that's about to do something special this year. The world tuned in for Caitlyn, but they walked away realizing the Fever are for real. This isn't just hype. This is the beginning of something big. If you're still here, drop a goat in the comments, because that's what you are for watching the whole thing.
See you next time.
I know.
Let's not make it anything that it's not. It was just a good play on the basketball. I'm not sure what the refs saw to upgrade it, and that's up to their discretion after watching the initial whatever happened during the play and then whatever happened after. We watch a lot of basketball. It's a take foul to put them at the free throw line or rather give up 2 points. I've watched a lot of basketball in my life. That's exactly what it was. I wasn't trying to do anything malicious. That's not the type of player I am. So, yes, wasn't anything like that. And I went for the ball, and that's clear as day in the replay. You watch it. It shouldn't have been upgraded. But again, that's up to the ref's discretion. But
it's a tough one. It is a really, really tough one because Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are, in fact, one of the tougher teams to game plan for. They really are. And in this game, I mean, as I say this, he had zero answers.